Irish people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back, back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei we set an example for all the youths. Uruwei we beginning of golden age. Uruwei we true representative for all of us. Uruwei we Dangriga walk quick and Sarah we want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back, back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. And for anyone who still don't know the man, you know, original Red Paleka. Remember Auntie Lily Paleka? That's Auntie Lily's son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day, make sure you follow your conscience. Choose change now. The people's campaign. And if you're not serious,
You know, come in, consider what happened.
Alberto, I'm going to pass for a bit. We're live. Officially, we're live.
Okay.
People are starting to sign in. Actually, they're signing quite at a fast pace. Folks, friends, greetings to each and every one of you. This is Cyril Uruwei, Dangriga Unmuted, Ubafo TV. I'm here with my brother, friend, politician. I just noticed my finger by the screen just now. Alberto.
You're gonna vote. You're gonna vote.
I'm gonna vote. Right? I'm gonna vote. I want to give you some updates from today. Right? Me and Alberto kind of still chop it up and organize things as to what we want to share with you guys this evening. But when we talk about the UDP convention, our 4 boxes. We get updates from the people at Holy Ghost counting. We realize, or we've been informed that there are 4 boxes, Alberto.
Right.
And I believe only 1 more box left. Was it 1 or 2? The last time I checked, 2 more boxes were left. That was at.
So they're only halfway. They're only halfway.
Halfway?
No, but the way how these elections are supposed to be conducted is that the boxes are supposed to be counted simultaneously. So you don't count 1 box, all 4 are supposed to be done. I don't know how they're doing it there. But that is the way how I know we conduct conventions.
Mm-hmm.
When the same way we take the polls, as soon as the polls are closed at 4 o'clock and the last person voted, then you convert that polling station into a counting station.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody count at their box.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time Lego said, I think that instead of 900 persons voted, about 900 persons voted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lego say you could average at 900, 225 votes per box.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you count 225, you're supposed to do counting the box. Because you're counting 4 to 25. So I don't know matter how much box. So it means you don't start to count 2 box.
Yeah, well, like I said, the last update I received, 2 boxes were left. This was at 6:44.
But no box supposed to left. You when don't count 1, everybody count 1 box.
Yeah, that was at 6:44.
Yeah.
2 boxes were left. Also, Dwayne Din Sampson was in the lead 4-1.
Yeah. Okay. So from 4 to 6, they don't count 2 box. So you could look to 10 o'clock. Well,
Yes.
no, I don't.
Maybe I won't say 10 o'clock, at least 8:30, at least 8:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So estimated
4 to 6. 6 to 8.
886 because people were still in the line at 4.
Yeah.
Right? As total number of votes, 886.
86. Okay.
Okay.
886. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about 243, an average of 243 per box.
So about that.
Yeah.
And 4 boxes.
Right. No, that's like 243 per box. Because they like A to C, D to whatever it is by surname. What they do when they to determine that they take the entire voters list.
Mhm.
Let's say if it has 400 names, right? Let's just say that let's say there are 40 pages in the voters list.
Right.
Then it could have 10 page, 10 page, 10 page, and 10 page, right? And then they put it to the closest alphabetical number where it fall, right?
Okay.
So that is how they determine. That is how I used to determine
So
the alphabetical composition of the boxes.
now you are well versed with this type of thing. You've been in and out of these elections, right? Managing.
Right.
How do you feel about Dangriga turnout? You've been here since
Yes.
morning or
Well,
afternoon?
I came in. I just came in this evening. I've been here since morning, but I don't tend to get much involved in what is happening and taking and counting of the polls. I don't get involved not at all. I came in this evening just to come to your show. 900 people, Dangriga. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Do you think it's a good turnout?
That in my view, I'm good. Let me tell you why. Like for example, today also there was a convention in Corozal.
Mm-hmm.
I think about 2,000 people show up.
Okay.
Right? Those were the numbers we used to push when we were in government. Those are the numbers we used to get when we were in government because it's different. When the government has a convention, voters want to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So are the PUP ministers and ambassadors. So they come out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Contrary, when you're in opposition, they hide. They don't want no message in a UDP because it is not proper to be UDP, and especially the way how this government is acting right now, victimizing people. I saw somebody wrote just on and said, man, somebody Polonio, Franklin Pokranka from PG. He was saying, man, give the people one chance, man. Why are you victimizing the people like that? And not true, right? You're connected to the UDP, so that is what will. But those 800, 900 persons who came out, they're brave. Those are UDP. They're okay, right? But that is what keeps back people from turning out to opposition conventions. Similarly with the PUP, when the PUP are in opposition, then their numbers are low. So, not get frightened.
Yeah.
Don't get frightened. There's what they call a sign.
Let's see if this will allow.
I could call him and put him on the speaker
Yeah.
here.
Call it for me.
I'll put him on the speaker. All right. Let me call him and put him on the speaker.
Jamal, can you hear me? Okay, and they call it for me.
Yeah. It's ringing.
So, friends, folks, I'm here with Alberto Agas. We'll talk about the municipal elections. UDP, UDP convention, still municipal actually. They're at the final when it comes to counting the votes. We had a total of 800, estimated 886 voters. Jamal was calling earlier. I'm here to give us updates. I'm also in communication with. You have Jamal? Okay.
I don't know what is happening there.
Sure.
886. Okay. 886. That's that like I said, that's a reasonable okay, we
So
could
the last time we checked while it reached Jamal, again, the total 88.
okay, you have Castillo with 144
Crystalline.
and Dins with 524.
Wow.
Jessica, okay.
So
So
Crystalline with how much?
with 144
144.
and Dins
And then Dins
with 524. 24. Wow.
524. Is that
529. 529.
529?
Right.
Is that the end of it or that?
Yeah, these are look like right numbers. Let me just yeah, okay. Jessica,
Okay. At the same, make I just put this in the structure. Um,
you have a copy of sample ballot?
you know what? Ask Jamal to send it. Send me there. Let me tell you. Okay, heroes.
Let me ask him if this is the final number.
Here it is. Here.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So we get out of 3 boxes, 1 more left.
Jamal,
This was at
are
709.
these the final numbers?
No, those are not the set numbers.
Jamal, just in case I have you on speak, hold on. Just in case I have you on speaker and we're live. You hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're live. I have you on speaker. Go ahead.
So, yeah, there's one more box left. That box is R to Z.
The last box. The last box. Jamal, so they're counting. So they're counting the boxes one by one.
Some of them are just taking a longer time than the others.
Oh, so they counted all boxes simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Okay, so they're not just like the start the R to Z1 now.
No.
It's the last box left to be completed. All right.
It as well.
Okay. The last box left. Okay. But these are numbers for the first 3 boxes.
These are numbers.
All right. We're standby. We're standby for the final result. In the meantime, do me a favor. Send me a copy of the sample ballot.
Okay, yes, I'll send you a copy. Yes.
All right, then. Thank you, buddy.
All right, Jamal. Thanks, man. We'll be in touch. Yes, sir. Yeah, well, 1 more box, folks. So far, look, it's over for Crystalline. It's really over for Crystalline. There's no
coming back.
There's no coming back.
Even if they get the 250 votes in there, I'm down to the 500.
No.
Yeah, so
They only have 1 more boxes. The total amount of voters, 886 estimated.
mhm.
All right, so far, let's see. Crystalline has
144.
144. Dins has 529. All right, Jessica, hold on. I was going over. Let's see this from. So Jessica
Okay.
has what, 311.
So far,
Stitch has 206. Kiana 103. Laurie, what is that? 283, if I'm reading right. Alberto,
yeah.
you know what? Let me download this so I could blow this up.
I got 283. Yeah,
You got it?
And
You got 283?
Yeah, 283. Vida. Who is
Vida, Vida, they look good.
446.
Vida have 446.
FX 130 from
FX 130.
BZ.
BZ, Bees. Bees look good too. Bees are 428.
Marsha Mejia.
444. Yeah, you have the same thing I have?
444.
Yeah, what? Make I put this by the screen so the people could keep up with us. I think be much better this way. You see, folks, I want to give you guys live and direct. So let's start from the top, Alberto. Let's start from the top. Crystalline
Castillo.
She got how many?
144.
144. And this is out of 886
Right.
votes.
Right.
All right. And then we have who? Dwayne Sampson.
529.
Sampson. 529.
Right.
29. All right. What else?
Jessica Fajardo.
Jessica, spell Fajardo for me.
Fajardo.
Fajardo. Fajardo. How much Jessica get?
311.
311. That's not bad. She did good too.
So you know the team is going to be Jessica,
Yeah, that one makes it. So
Vida.
it is definitely a mixed slate.
You need 6 persons, so you know the slate will be.
What else?
You're
What
gonna
else we
right
got?
now. Yeah, so the slate will be Vida, Bees, Mejia,
How much bees get? Alburn, Mr. Alburn.
Alburn, 425.
Alburn,
25.
425.
Marsha Mejia,
Marsha,
444. Vidal, is that Badal? What's that?
yeah, but how much Marsha get?
444.
444, 444.
What is Badal?
Balal,
Balal.
Linda Balal, Sabal.
Sabal, okay, 466.
Oh, he did good too, 466.
And then the other one is Jamal, 470. So that's gonna be the team.
Balal.
That's
And then Jamal at 2 A's, right?
470, Jamal. Suazo,
Jamal Suazo.
470.
Oh, Jamal did good too, 470.
Shush, who is Shush? What the Shush?
Sabal, Shush.
221.
Shush. Did he win too?
No, 221.
Shush.
Anything below 400 lose.
Sabal, 221.
Chavez, 117.
Chavez,
117. 1, 2, 3,
117.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So
What else we got?
Chavez, 117.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. That's 14 persons.
That's it.
14 persons you have.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, but that's Crystalline and 10, 11.
Crystalline, 144. Dwayne Sampson, 524. Jessica Fajardo, 311.
Right.
Bees,
No.
Alburn,
What that's Sitten? What's this?
Stitch.
Okay, Stitch. You got Stitch at 206?
Yeah, Stitch.
What that's Stitch name? What
206.
that Stitch name?
Enriquez, Gary Enriquez.
206.
Stitch.
Then you got,
Stitch at 206.
yeah.
Mhm.
You got Kiona,
Uh-huh.
103.
Kiona.
103.
That Kiona or Kiana?
Is that Keana? I don't know what's Keana.
Kiana, 103.
103, yeah. You got Lori.
Well, how many Lori get?
Lori get 283.
So Lori don't make it.
No, not FX. So
Larry
basically,
don't make it. Effects don't make it.
the Castillo team don't make it.
So Larry, how many?
283.
283.
Yeah, FX.
Effects.
Francis
Marin.
Marin. Yeah,
Effects.
Francis Marin. 130.
Marin. Fine, my ballot stage don't make it.
All right, that's it.
130.
You got 14 names now.
I should have to shrink this down to fit everything on the screen. So this is it, folks. This is it.
After 3 boxes.
Let me put, after 3 boxes, there are 4 boxes. So far, 3 boxes have been counted. 1 more box remaining.
Yeah.
We have about 2 something in a 1 box.
243.
243. They're about
Yeah.
in a 1 box. 4 boxes. So far, Crystalline definitely not make it. It is unofficial, but Dins is the new mayoral aspirant for the United Democratic Party, heading into the 2027 municipal election. He will be running against Robert Mariano in March of 2027, which will be the 7th slate. So anybody under 400, this is what you're saying, didn't make it.
Yeah. So basically it's a full Samson team, because you have Fajardo making it, Vida, Marshall Bees, Alborn,
Yeah.
and
So
Marshall Mejia, and then Sabal. Oh, Balal don't make it, right?
Balal. Where is Balal? Yeah, he at 466.
But he make it, all right. So that it's the full
So let me copy this
do it
right
team.
here, and we are segmented.
Okay.
Why this is not okay? Let me just duplicate this right here. So we are select all the winners and the people who have at least 400 or more.
Yes.
So let's do this, Alberto. We are remove bins. Well, we have to remove crystalline. We're going with all the ones and we
But you could make two ballot, right?
yeah, but I just want
crystal at the bottom at the top of the bottom ballot.
um
So you could do when you publish it, you can show the comparison,
okay.
right?
So where is it? Okay, I gotta scroll down here. Chavez 117. Shush didn't make it. 221.
No, anything below 4 no make it.
Anything below 4 don't make it. Stitch, Kiana, Laurie, Effects, we're giving a live and direct box. The boxes, they almost finished count. All 4 boxes. One more box remaining. Each box has about 240 something voters. So what I'm doing right now, I empty this list. Why this thing? And then I will get Alberto's feedback as to what you see, what you observe during this municipal election. Jamal, how many Jamal get?
Jamal Swazo. Let me see.
Four, was it 470 something?
No. Jamal 470. Yeah.
470.
Jamal 470.
Why is this? Something is okay. So here it is, folks. Here it is. These are the winners, can speak English thus far. We have with Jessica Fajardo have 311.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
Yeah.
We have Dwayne Dean Sampson. Wait, but this is just 5 councillors.
Okay.
This is
here.
This is just 5 councillors.
You have Sabal, and then you have Jamal. Okay. Okay, Y5. 1, 2,
Jessica,
5, 6. You have Jessica Ellsworth Magdaleno.
that we don't have one.
Albion Marshall.
Hold on. How much Vida get?
Vida gets 446. Who that Vida?
446. Ellsworth.
Magdaleno.
Yes.
446. Okay.
So Vida got 446.
Right.
I just received another message. Let me see.
Okay.
I have another update, folks. So Let me go to this. And then me and Alberto will chop it up. We'll talk about how out them look the turnout. If it's a good turnout, bad
Yeah,
turnout.
okay.
Iris here. Okay, here it is.
Balalahu,
Sabah.
Sabal, Dayton.
Dayton Sabah. Yeah.
Okay. 466. Masha. 444. And BC the Albion?
Alburn.
Alburn. Okay, 425. All right.
Got it?
Yeah, that's a winning slate right there.
All right.
Okay.
So let me clear up some of these.
So for the last box, I can identify last box now. My last box now doing get an additional 167 barrels.
Doing?
Yeah, so
So
Right,
what's this
doing.
total now?
It is supposed to be
Damn,
11
that's a blowout.
blowout,
That's a blowout.
691. I that is unofficial 691.
Okay. Unofficially, Dwayne gets 691
Right.
votes
And then got
out of
Crystalline
889.
the last box Crystalline got 51 while doing that 167. But let's go wait for the final now.
That's a blowout. We have another update here. Let me take a look at this. Well, here we go. Okay, this is the last box. This is the last box. I mean, it's over for Crystalline. Crystalline, you did a good run. I got some great feedback for you. People boasted, they big you up as to how strong you were, how you didn't give up. And I received a testimony from an individual who have been privy to information when it comes to the meetings that these individuals have been having, including meetings with the councillors, with the aspiring mayors.
Right.
And one of the striking things that some of them said about Crystalline and her team, I think they're not doing themselves much justice, because a lot of people were saying, Alberto, why Crystalline might not win is because of two individuals on her team. Now, this is not how I feel.
Right.
Right? This is Dangriga Unmuted. They say Effects Marin and John Castillo is bad for Crystalline.
Oh, you want to go down the road there?
That's the talk. That's the talk in the road.
Okay.
Right? They say they're too bad for Crystalline. I just to say when they tell me.
Right.
No, Crystalline got a blowout. Unofficially, Dwayne is at 691 out of 889. 89 or 86?
86.
86. Let me put the total. Did you get this update?
Yeah, that's one of the why are the
Oh, that way when it goes.
167 for Jack.
Okay.
Dings.
And once you add that up to what Vince had earlier,
that put us over 600 almost.
It give you almost 700. So,
yeah.
Well, friends, Crystalline, you fought, you went in, you did your thing. I want to congratulate each and every one of you who decided to put your names on the ballot. It is not an easy thing, man. I threw my jabs at you guys, not unfairly. I challenged you. I had a very interesting interview with let me play this interview. I don't know. Let's see where it's at. Where is it? Where is it? There's an interview I did with Vida, a group of them, with Vida, Alburn, and what's his name? I'm gonna play that interview so you guys could get an idea as to what's on these guys' mind. Now, this is just the beginning for the winners, right? I make I know if you're ready to comment on anything, Alberto.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. Let's see, recent. After this, they will have to gear up and get ready for run against the PUP. So this is just the beginning. What do you have, Alberto? You have any update?
No, that's where we are right now. Let me see. These are the final numbers. Okay. Let me see if I can.
So unofficially, folks, unofficially, Dwayne Sampson, 691. Jessica Fajardo, 311.
Not adding in the last box.
The last box.
No.
So when you add the
And
last
according,
box,
and according to what, if you want to add in the last box unofficially, if you want to add the last box, Jessica would have gotten let me see, Jessica would have gotten 97 more votes.
so that she had the 400 now.
97, yeah.
So that was
That-
400 and what?
408.
408. Wow, congrats, Jessica.
Yeah,
So-
Jessica would have gotten 97.
So nobody for Team Crystalline no win.
7,
Boy, this is our blowout.
408. There's 2-1 in terms of the councillors, but in terms of the mayoral candidate, it's almost 7-6-1.
This is
Seven.
why things blow out Crystalline big time.
Yeah, so it's
Big time.
they don't split team. The whole Samson team came in.
Yeah.
It
All of them from
Jessica,
Dwayne.
Jessica Fajardo, Ellsworth Magdaleno, Albion Marshall, Marsha Mejia, Dayton Sabal, and Jamal Suazo.
Why? Well,
Yeah.
Team Crystalline, good try, nice try, man.
Yeah.
Here we go on now. Say where have to happen, Alberto. Now, Team Crystalline have to find a way to work with the with Vince.
Yes.
Based on your expertise.
Well, they're one UDP team. And you will see after the convention, the chairman or whoever announces the result, we'll seek to get them to pledge to work together. They're one UDP team, and they tried.
Mhm.
And that does not mean that you will go out there and don't do not help your team,
Mhm.
because you will need to realize that while you're campaigning leading up to the convention,
Mhm.
while you're going against each other, now that has shifted.
Right.
So the enemy now is of course the People's
The
United
PUP.
Party.
Right.
So make we not no black bad blood. Let us come together.
Mhm.
Everybody worked hard, but unfortunately one
I had us muted.
oh sorry.
Man, friends, family, all the while I had this thing muted and me and Alberto they giving no valuable information and on never hear. So my humble apologies.
Yeah.
That's
Start
on
all
me.
over again.
We have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Let's go. I made a talk for too long. So you just give it a breakdown.
No, well, basically,
We
there were
have
two teams,
unofficial report.
right. There were two teams for especially for people outside of Dangriga. There were two teams contesting the convention here in Dangriga today, 9th of August. We had the Dwayne Sampson team, which by all indications, unofficially, because we have not gotten the results yet, unofficially the Dwayne Sampson team
Testing. Test. See, now it comes back.
Okay.
All right, we good. We good. We good. All right, Philip Willoughby, I noticed you made a call me earlier. Your problem must have informed me that we're not getting no kind of audio. I think we're good now. Go ahead, Alberto.
Okay, there were two teams, 14 persons contesting the convention today in Dangriga for the United Democratic Party. And by all indications, unofficially, in terms of the mayoral candidates, it was a blowout for Dwayne Sampson, almost 6, maybe even 7-1. And then in terms of the councillors, the members, there was like maybe I'd say a 2-1. That is we have these results without the last box, the R to Z box. But Jessica Fajardo, Ellsworth Magdaleno, Alburn, Marshall Mejia, Dayton Saval, and Jamal Suazo will be the team, UDP team contesting the March 3rd, 2027 municipal elections here in Dangriga. We want to thank, of course, Crystalline Castillo, Gary Enriquez, Kiani, Figueroa, Stephen Laurie, Francis FX Marin, Jan Sabal Sr., and Keisha Walton Chavez. That was the other team. We're not successful today, but like I said, we're one UDP team. You might not have made it this time, but you're offering yourself in service to the community. Join with those who will be contesting the elections, and let us come together as one party now.
Absolutely. You know, Alberto, I asked the candidates this while I was out. I said to them, listen, let's just say if half and half win, or even like what happened right now, Dwayne, all of them win. Will Team Crystalline
Join forces.
Will they stick to their word, right? Will they stick to their word and say that, okay, yes, we're going to work with Team Dwayne and make sure that we pull through for Dangriga? I asked all of them that. And some of the responses were like mixed feeling. You could tell that they have to say they will work because that's just what
That's the
right thing, politically correct thing to say. But then, listen, you know, body language tell a lot too. So my hope is that they really and truly will work together to make Dangriga have the best, because they're going up against the PUP with the money.
Right.
But you know what I also think before you comment, Alberto? What I also think is this. As much as, yeah, the UDP, it's all UDP, right? I think Dangriga sent a message. This is also a message that Dangriga is sending. Dangriga is sending a message to John Castillo. Dangriga is sending a message to Crystalline Castillo. Dangriga is sending a message to anybody that think it's just easy to put up a slate because that's what you want. Now, this might sound controversial. Just like how Dangriga, I have a point here, Alberto. Just like how Dangriga is sending a message saying that I don't tell you, I don't date Crystalline, I don't want Crystalline, This don't have nothing to do with Crystal. I got nothing personal against anyone. And no, listen, our show know where we are do. Dangriga has this tendency. Why am I saying this? When the time for the real deal, 2027, March 2027, March 3rd, 2027, I think, now I can't say that Mariano not win, but I just got this inkling that Dangriga people have a statement to make for this March 3rd election as well. Make I hear your feedback as an expert on that.
Yeah. Putting the question, especially after the results have been announced, immediately after the results have been announced, you want get that kind of response and that kind of if you respond, because of course you just lost, right?
Right.
And losing is not an easy thing.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, you feel betrayed because while you're out there, for you to have gone out there today, you'd have gone there with the spirit that people told you they were going to vote for you.
Mm-hmm.
It did not work out that way. So obviously, there's a feeling of being demoralized.
Yeah.
So you don't get a mixed reaction, but as time goes by, and then they realize, and as soon as this they see the neglect also, they continue to see the neglect in their tongue also. The effects of tonight, of today, is going to gradually disappear. There's what 7 more months. We're at the
About
8th
seven,
month. We're
about
at the
7
4 and
months.
3, 4 and 3, 4 and 2, 6, 7 months here to your next election. So you will see that during the period leading up to then, that feeling will disappear gradually. And at the end of the day, we trust then that they will come together. The situation about Dangriga sending a message to John Castillo, and that no
You don't think so?
I know. They just chose, the people of Dangriga just chose the better team, right? But Crystalline is young. This is the first time,
Right.
right? So she might have learned some things from this experience,
Mhm.
which will better prepare her for next time because she has
Yeah.
a lot of years before her.
That is true. That is true. I mean,
So what happens now is that my advice to her is that later on you might be coming back to offer yourself again. Do not let this disappointment affect you in your future endeavors to follow in this path.
of course.
So if you do not help your team, then it will come back to haunt you when you seek to offer yourself again. Come, brush off yourself, join the team, and assist the team in winning. And persons who are on the team and otherwise will recognize that. And when you need their support next time, they will be there for you.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the comments, see what folks are saying. Janelle Morgan, great advice to the young aspirants. We are watching Dangriga. Absolutely, Janelle, we are watching. Arden Edwards, surprise some people. They say one UDP team, but sometimes I wonder if with a one UDP team, actions speak louder than words. So when some people say we are one UDP, are they saying so because they want to be politically correct? You have a point there. I share that sentiment to some extent. Aaron Anderson, they don't want Shepa. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, Aaron, you and Aaron are from here.
Right.
Just come here.
Exactly.
Right.
So I know they have to throw salt on anybody thing.
Yeah.
I just to say, me and John, I meet John out on the street, and me and John chop it up like Nama. You could almost think that we are good friends, right? So, this is not against John. This is not against Crystalline. I just go by what the people at Dangriga say. Just after my live, right?
Yeah.
I receive a text. Cyril, make a tell you why Crystalline not make it. And this is because this individual never even watched Dr. Philip Castillo read the poll. Right? I always said Dr. Castillo always on point.
Right.
He's always on point.
Right.
So when I say that people are saying Crystalline's worst nightmare is her father and Mr. Marin, that don't mean to say that. Okay? I interviewed Mr. Marin today. I interviewed almost all of them today. And they were hopeful. Make I go to the comments again.
Right.
Let's see here.
What is this?
Reginald Potter. Good night. You get the official result. Can you put it up again? Sure. This you could almost call this official. This all of team doing slate won. They all won. All right. Unofficially, kind of official. We could almost say unofficially doing Samson 691, Jessica Fajardo 408, Bees Alburn 425, Marsha Mejia 444. Okay, so now we're getting the official report. I just get a message here. Samson, now this is updated I'm sorry, 625. What did we have here?
625, okay.
We have 625. What we have for Dwayne? Oh, we're getting a 691.
Yeah, because they had the 67 added to the last time. So
Okay. 625 Dwayne Samson.
Okay.
Wow, Jamal gone up to 617. I will update this. So guys, let me remove this off the screen. So I don't confuse you guys. And then I will update it. So call this out from wait here, so Alberto.
Okay.
So let I will need to turn
sorry.
It's
Just give me numbers right now and I read them back.
Okay.
Doing
Samson 625.
Okay.
Jamal 617.
Jamal,
Marsha Mejia 588.
Yep.
Vida 582.
Who is Vida?
Vida Magdaleno.
Magdaleno, how much?
Ellsworth Magdaleno 582.
582,
Marshall 561.
Marshall 561.
Dada Alburn, I believe Marshall Alburn. Yeah. Jessica Fajardo. I did not get the number for Jessica Fajardo.
What about Dwayne Sabal?
No, Dwayne Samson.
No, Sabal.
Dayton Sabal. How many? Dayton na 625.
625.
You know what? Let's pass here. Let's pass here. Stop. Cause Samson, I guess she was just saying this as Samson team. She not give me one number for Samson.
Okay.
So Dayton is 625. That wasn't Dwayne.
Right.
Jamal is 617. Marsha Mejia is 588. Vida Magdaleno, Ellsworth Magdaleno, 582.
Yeah.
Marshall is 561. Jessica Fajardo, and I'll get the updated number for Jessica.
And Dwayne.
And Dwayne. Let me please. Okay. Official.
Okay.
So this is how it's looking. Crystalline definitely got a blowout by Dwayne Din Samson. Congrats to Dwayne. We will be giving you guys the official. This 691 for Dwayne. You have update for me. Who's this? $600
87.
87. All right. So
91 like I tell you.
Jessica. All right. So let's see. Jessica Fajardo. Who? Dayton. $625. That's Dayton. How much Jamal got?
617. 617, correct.
617. 70 or 17?
17, 17.
Who?
Mejia, Marshall Mejia.
588.
588 coming third. Then Ellsworth Magdaleno. 5, 582, correct.
582.
Mhm. 561 for
Who?
Alborn.
Albert.
561. And Jessica Fajardo. Jessica Fajardo.
Jessica, how much?
Jessica, right now. We don't so much to Jessica.
Then why don't I make, okay, okay.
Just like right now, how much Jessica got? Oh,
Well, we they bring it to one guys with a different twist here at Obafo TV.
okay, but okay. Okay, if we can say right by order of how they came in. In terms of well, doing top the polls overall with 687 votes, right?
I know 89.
687.
Doing.
He topped the poll with 600 overall,
Mhm.
and his entire team, the 6 persons on his team. First was Dayton Sabal with 625.
Mhm.
Then second was Jamal Swaza with 617. Third was Marsha
Yeah.
Mejia with 588.
Uh-huh.
Then fourth
Peter.
was Ellsworth Magdaleno
Mhm.
with 582.
Mhm.
Fifth is Alborn Marshall
561.
with 561. And we have still not gotten Jessica, who came in sixth, round off.
Yeah,
And then-
we're still waiting for the official, the last number we have for Jessica. All right, I'm getting Jessica is 408. That's the official.
Right, that's how we had 408.
408. Where is she? Jessica.
408, because you had 311 and 97. Yeah, 408. Okay.
Okay, so that's what we had. 408.
Mhm.
And official.
In terms of crystalline, the only one we had from the other slate was crystalline Castillo with 195.
Okay. 195.
195, yeah.
Well, folks, you have it. Team Crystalline, congrats you guys for trying. Dwayne, okay, this is new. Dwayne is 690.
The win.
Didn't get his without
Okay.
noise.
I thought that we now had 691.
690 plus. Maybe yeah, we had 691 earlier. So she's saying now 690 plus. So I think it's safe to say 691. Hold on. We're getting the updates as they come in.
Yeah. Whatever the figure is, he
Well, we already know that he tapped.
yeah, he tapped.
Well,
yeah, because
we-
he had yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So, well, folks, it's
Dangriga.
over.
Yeah.
It's over. These reports are near official. Okay, I could almost say official. I just say make sure that I get confirmation. I'm still getting messages as we're here live. So did we get? I think this is it. Wait, but I just get 608 for Dwayne from 690. That not sound correct.
No. The winner 690.
Because
At first he had 524, and then we added that
yeah, so this is what it is. Congratulations to Team Dwayne. I want to applaud, as mentioned earlier. You know, Alberto, it is if we rejoice when we candidate win. It is if that almost like a gamble. You put your bet on something and then it is confirmed. So all this is confirmed. Okay. I don't understand why.
will the PUP have a convention here in Dangriga? Or they just
No,
the same old team will run.
They not the same old. They have different individuals
Yes,
for the
changed.
councillors.
So but they have not gone to convention, they just selected those.
They just selected
Like who's on the run again?
who what?
Who's on the run again? Debbie Jones?
Well, let me show you
The new
this
slate,
is
the PUP slate.
this is the slate we have for PUP.
Okay.
We have Howard Melendres.
All right, he was there before.
He was there before.
Return.
We have Valentine, Jerry's Valentine.
Jerry's
He was
Valentine.
there before.
Okay.
We have this new guy, Bo.
Okay.
We have Sharon. This is Miss Sylvia Flores' daughter.
Ramirez.
She's
running again.
She's new.
New. Okay.
Tina Castillo.
Wait. Bull is new.
Bull is new.
Bull, Ramirez, and Tina.
Gilberto is old.
Okay.
So Gilberto, Howard, and Jerry's Valentine, they three been there.
3 old and 3 new.
3 old, 3 new.
Okay. So
For the PUP slate.
Okay.
Right?
Any indication as to why the other 3 did not run?
I don't know, you know. That's a very good question. I have entertained that question in my mind, but I've never really asked it.
Maybe the party has them step down or. Yeah, okay. And who are these two? Debbie Jones was on the slate?
No, Debbie Jones has never been on a
okay.
slate. Debbie Jones is
Debbie Jones was one time with Kashan Yunus.
maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, she was with Kashan one time.
I wasn't here around that time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That is their business.
Alberto, man, what a day.
Blowout.
What an evening.
Yeah. So if those one halfway and be along the same lines, you know, it is going to be along the same line because that, like I tell you, see that ballot, that box had 167 for the last box 100 for Samson and 51 for Crystalline. So and be 8, 11, 318 votes were in that box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, not true.
So
218 votes were in that box. 218 votes.
So, Alberto, now that convention is over, now it's really time for the UDP to be serious about unifying, to become one unified strength. Because running up Mariano, I don't think it'll be easy. As much as Dangriga people, they talk about they fed up on Mariano and, you know, they do this, you know, they do that. Money will come out.
Right.
I think the Blue Machine will do everything where they could do, especially how Johnny Briseño done they say he determined that he want blue everywhere. He want a blue town council, he want a blue village council, he want blue all the way.
Countrywide.
Countrywide.
6 to 7 candidates.
Exactly. All blue. So Team Dwayne Sampson, congratulations. Vida Mabs, congrats. I never vote for all, I don't know. I vote for Treon. Vida, congrats. Marsha Mejia, congrats. Sabal, congrats. Congrats to each and every one of you. I hope that you will serve Dangriga well. I hope that, well, I can't say I hope I'll serve Dangriga well because we don't get to that point of going against the PUP just yet.
Work with you were mentioning the ones who lost just now. So just work with the team. Link first with the team Sampson, Dwayne Sampson, and work together.
Yeah.
One.
I asked them, are you guys serious about unifying? Are you guys serious about coming together for the benefit of Dangriga, not just the UDP, but for Dangriga. Uno have to come together, uno have to work. Let's shift gears a bit.
I wonder what happened in Benke, because Benke had a convention
I
today
know I wonder what happened at Corozal.
with the PUP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I determined I want Rigo win.
Rigo will win. Rigo will win.
You think so?
Yeah, it will be well. Listen to me. The result must not come in. But if Rigo gonna win, you know what is going to happen to Corsal, right?
What?
It will be neglected for the next 7 months because
believe that?
you don't have to do nothing, and he's the mayor for the next 7 months. If he
True
loses, he will just only back and not do
That's
nothing.
true that. That's true
Right.
that.
Because his name will not be on the ballot next time. But if so, let me check the Corsal who won it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you right now.
curious to know
I'll
what
tell you right
how
now.
Corozal do.
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now.
Really, really curious
Yeah.
to know how Corozal do.
Yeah, right now we are finding out. Sent to various persons. Copy.
So, folks, friends, family, the municipal election, the convention for the UDP is over. Team Dwayne Sampson took it, all of them. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Now the work begins. Now, we really have to do the right thing to make sure Dangriga win. Not to make each one of you win, but make sure Dangriga win. Because we have to go and run up against Mariano, run up against Alberto, run up against Tina, run up against Sharon, run up against Mr. Bull, run up against Mr. Jerris Valentine, run up against Howard Melendres. I hope you guys are ready. Let me take a look at the comments again. And then we are switch gears because Alberto,
The voting
want to-
continues at 8 o'clock. Or the voting will continue
no man, when, where?
in Corozal.
At 8 o'clock.
No one yet. The voting continues. So how much you
You know, I know who to ask. I have
Yeah.
some people in Corozal. Let me see.
latest inside report, Rigo leading in most boxes.
See?
So,
Man,
or maybe we must say the counting continues, but not the vote. The
the counting,
Yeah.
not the voting. Philip Willoughby can done probably is Donberto.
Beto.
Yeah.
Aha.
Advise
So what?
on a strategy or strategies to beat the PUP in the face of that back to school cheer, school assistance, September celebration party, the fun with the rum. Christmas cheers, back to school on January, and the PUP largest in the upcoming months. UDP need super strategies.
Yes. Do you want me to disclose that on there?
I
Philip?
would love for you to.
Why? There are several things that are coming up. Several things impending. I want to tell you. This SpeedNet smart fiasco has public condemnation. And it does not matter. It might not matter what kind of resources they put into it, the people might just go there and use it as a protest vote, because while people are opposed to it, the deal will go through. It will go through no matter what the people say. And the only time the people will have their say is when they go to the polls on March 3rd of next year. So we will see how that goes, right? There's also the matter with the corruption in government, the Mira Marin and et al.
Right.
Situation. While the Auditor General is going through the files, the Belizean public know exactly what went wrong. In our terminology, we call it that then thief the taxpayers' money. All we are waiting from the Auditor General is for her to put the financial lingo to it. How you say it in the auditor's terms. That's all. Because we know, the public know, every public officers know that there was corruption in the handling of government funds. That's how we know that. So, like I say, with the wait for your report, what your report is going to explain to us in auditor's language how it happened. But we know it happened. And like I said, we carry them thief it. Just tell us in a year, because nothing different now. When you coin something different, that's going to be a different matter, right? It is going to be a totally different matter. You are a professional. I remember you may ask how the Auditor General is appointed. There is 105, Section 105 of the Constitution establishes the elections and boundaries, the Public Service Commission, right? Then section, if I could probably, Section 5 refers to the establishment of the Public Service Commission. 106, Section 105 of Part 8 of the Constitution establishes the Public Service Commission. 106 establish persons who work in the public service in the various positions in the public service. Now, 107, when they tell you that 107 officer, 107 means that the big people. And tell you our point that 107. 107 means not by terms that you're not collecting less than $107,000 a year. Just as a side note, like big money. Those are the big money people talk about, like the Solicitor General, the Financial Secretary, the Cabinet Secretary, the CEOs, the Commissioner of Police, the person in charge of prison, the Commandant of the Coast Guard. Big people. 107, I had 107,000 per annum, no less than that. But they are appointed at 107 of the Constitution. Now, there's a special, you see how all of those persons, all of those big persons are appointed under Section 106, 107, Solgen, Attorney General, FinSec, CAPSEC, persons, Commissioner of Police, Commandant Coast Guard. 108 deals exclusively with the Director of Public Prosecution.
Are we talking dollar amount?
No. I'm just not. Section of the. I just do a thing like that. So, but that big money.
Okay.
That big money.
But what kind of money though?
By then that highest paid apart from judge.
Give me
apart from judge.
So the people could know where the table.
Apart from judge. Well, like for example, a CEO, right? You started just kind of raise their day. One CEO like $96,000.
Okay.
Right? Big money, right? No, the FinSec, they way above that. Right? The FinSec, they're above that. In fact, whatever, right? But those are the big people because they are appointed at Section 107. Then 108, Section 108 of the Constitution deals exclusively with the important position of the Director of Public Prosecutions, right? And then 109 are exclusively for the Auditor General. That deals exclusively with the appointment of the Auditor General, and it tells you that while the Auditor General is appointed by the Governor General, there has to be recommendations from the National Assembly. In other words, they go to the House of Representatives and then ratified by the Senate. Both. So for the removal of the Auditor General, the Prime Minister can make a recommendation to the Governor General, but that recommendation has to go to the Belize Advisory Council
Okay.
for them to approve or not approve, to dismiss the removal of the so the Auditor General, a big name, a big person, right? The Prime Minister like can't move that on his own. You could recommend, but we know what happens, right? In terms of the appointment of the Auditor General, the appointment begins at Cabinet.
Okay.
Cabinet makes the recommendation. Because Governor General going to go say they appoint this one because she doesn't know them. So the recommendation comes from the executive in terms of the situation.
You say it. Go ahead.
Like I'm telling you over and over again, the executive and the legislation are one and the same. So when time the appointment, the recommendation originates in the executive at cabinet level, it comes to the legislature. First, it goes to the House of Representatives, and then it goes to the Senate for ratification. Then after that, it goes to the Governor General to approve the appointment. Right? So you hear the idea, like for example, when you might say, "Oh, the Prime Minister don't have no say in the appointment of the Auditor General." No, it originates from there. That our part decision is made. And in terms of the removal also, while he might want to request the removal of the Auditor General, and like for example, that's why we're saying in terms of this matter, Madam Auditor General, the Belizean public knows what happened in terms of those government funds. We know what happened, right? But we have it in our terms. Put it to us in financial terms. Put it to us. Put it to us what they put to us in what they put upon us in financial terms, in auditors lingo. But not come and tell me nothing happen. Please, because we know. And listen to me. On the basis that you have that contract that goes up until 2034, I think, or 2043.
2040 something.
Something way there, right? So
Isn't that
that's another matter. That's another matter also too. But you know, you can go down that road if we want to go down that road, because while in the private sector, while you might be a senior executive, one of the most important things that is done in assessing your performance is the way how you interact with those below you, right? If you are a person who antagonize your staff, you win, you know, right? So in terms of this situation, we're not saying it happens, but when you are seeking the appointment of a senior person like the Auditor General, then that is one of the most important things, especially these long-term appointment. If this person is known to antagonize the staff, and then you appoint them on a contract for so much years, can you imagine what will happen in that department over that time?
They will endure a lot of hardship.
To ensure that the person who you are appointing, especially for these long-term employee appointments, must be a real manager. Right?
Yeah.
No one micromanager, no one person where is easily annoyed. You have to be one senior persons, and that is why it goes through various levels. It goes through the House of Representatives for debate, where all these things supposed to come. You're supposed to provide an assessment in terms of this person's ability to manage us. And once you are satisfied that that person is, you can go ahead and make the appointment. But that is aside. The situation is, we know what happened in terms of the situation that the Auditor General is investigating. We know the Belizean public out there. There's no doubt in the minds of the Belizean public out here. We know what happened. We don't want it to happen again. All we are waiting for, like I said, to put it in your language so that you can explain to the Belizean people what happened. And listen to me. Please do not come here and do us like what Suzette, what the lady name from police, Suzette Anderson did to us. Don't do that, because nobody can remove you. That if you come up and tell us exactly what happened, that is not considered as misconduct. So nobody, no prime minister can recommend to no governor general for you to be removed. None. And then that is going to show us the kind of material that you are made of. Classic example. And I don't want to get personal, but in terms of the director of public prosecutions, a minister of government was seeking to get me arrested and charged a criminal. If we had
Is this the same cyberbullying?
yes, if we had a shaky director of public prosecution, I would have been charged. And they would have found some way to convict me. Yes, they would have found some way. But because this nation has a no-nonsense director of public prosecution who says, no, hold on. I don't care which minister say he's supposed to be arrested and charged. This is out of order, and I am instructing for this charge to be removed from Alberto August. And that's the type of performance that we are expecting similarly from the Auditor General of this country, because like I am saying, they are special and powerful appointment.
Yeah.
The Auditor General is appointed under Section 109. In fact, later than the Director of Public, the Director of Public Prosecution falls under 108. Total section of the Constitution, because it is a very important position. And in terms of the person holding that position, she has shown this nation that she's a no-nonsense person. And then right after that 109 comes the appointment of the total. Like, for example, you will see all those big names fall under 106. All of them are grouped together. Even the FinSec, even the cabinet secretary, all those CEO under 106. 107 alone. 107 for them. 108 for the DPP and 109 for the Auditor General. So we want the Auditor General to understand that her position is a serious one. Do not allow your reputation or your integrity to be dragged down because of political pressure. Stand up tall. We are encouraging you to stand up tall like the Director of Public Prosecution of this country.
I'm very, very interested in what you got to say. But I want to stick to what Philip Glover just asked. Advise on a strategy or strategies to beat the PUP in the face of what they're about to face. Right? This slate will now go to election.
Right.
March 3rd, 2027. What are some strategies?
Yeah, but I will not sit here. I will not sit here and disclose the war plan for the UDP. I will not do that.
Yeah, but you don't know the war plan.
No, he's asking for some suggestion. I will not sit here and ask.
So the PUP might.
I will not do that.
Okay.
You don't do that, man. You don't do
But
that.
why? Well, I know my why, but why not? I want to hear from you.
One of the most secret things of any leaders when you're going into battle is to protect your plan. Why would I want to sit here and tell you and offer some suggestion? I will not do that.
So you think Team Dwayne did a wise thing by not revealing their plan before they go up against Mariano? Because what most people, including myself, have been asking.
There's a difference between your plan and your manifesto. Right? There's a difference between that. When you talk about your strategy, it is like, for example, how you are going to conduct your activities, not leading up to the election. We can sit there and say what we are going to do after the election, but not to get there. You don't disclose what you do to get there. Right?
Yeah,
but after you get there,
I see where it's
the elementary things. It's the elementary things. We are clean this because I'm telling you. I drove around while I was here today. The tongue needs to be cleaned. Those are some of the things that you can say. But in terms of how you will get there, they're not expecting to sit here and disclose that.
Let's take. I get you. I agree.
Very well.
Let's take a look at another one. Deals busy. Song like you are already throwing the towel. Not quite sure what it referred to, but remember when UDP was high and mighty, they still got whooped and humbled by the people.
True.
Belizeans know how to put the X.
Very true.
Again,
after one time, the people get tired of you. and the
Right.
people vote you out. That's a
Kelly,
yeah.
you're right. Kelly, too sad to say, our electorate depends on handouts. Just is only from one day, and once they get in power, they forget about us.
Yes,
It's true.
that is a very. Make we expand on that. That's an excellent comment. Let us expand on that
Sure.
when you get that.
Go ahead.
You want that? Okay. That's a very true statement. Let me seek to explain as to why that happens. When you are
Make we go show the people
the
what
parade,
happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we could. One second, folks. Our giving you a treat. We hear parade. They come.
We're put it on pause
So,
right now.
we're not quite put it papas. We're going out there.
Yeah.
Let me just get this. Stay connected while I move this tripod. So just hold on, folks. I want to give one of the.
Yep. All right.
Yes, sir, live. Folks, that team didn't make a hook up this thing. You still want to enjoy the parade? All right, maybe we continue. That's Team Din celebrating. I want to say congratulations to all of them. They're celebrating Alberto. They work hard. I don't know if we're gonna get I don't know if you guys get a clear view of the parade. Make us seated and continue this discussion, Alberto. So once again, congrats to Team Dins. Let us celebrate.
Yes.
We want to go back to the comments because tonight will be really condensed. It'll be meaty. We just left for convention. Aaron Anderson, FYI, that's not my Equinox. Let's see here. Kaylee, Charette, UDP all the way. Kaylee, the incumbent have the upper hand and also have the resources to back them. That is true. You hear that right, Alberto?
Yes. Got it.
Let's see. I want to congratulate my team. We will move forward as a united front. Aaron Anderson, thank you. Super proud of Jamal. Respect, Philip. UDP need to unite and get ready for the fight ahead. That is true, Kaylee. Deals, bro, kudos to you for bringing a breath of fresh air into the new type of political commentary. Thank you, my brother. Into the commentary we need. Young and professional, please take that man next to you. Oh my gosh. Brothers, enjoy enjoy the info, the
What
content
is
that's coming through. I know I'm not sure what the deal is, but let's keep it civil, respectful. I appreciate every comment. Vanna Petio, let's see, Reginald Clutter. He must go back to the drawing board, make things happen. If they do listen to the people, then they will stand on good grounds. Alex Justice Clutter, our politicians need to learn to be open and honest. If they can't help, then say that and don't sell the people any of their political dreams. Man, that is so true. I know a lot of them that talk a good talk, but they make promises to everybody and they can't keep it. And that's a part of the problem. Our politicians need to learn to be open and honest. Yes, I read that. We're original, blah blah blah. Solo Grim, greetings, my brother. I would love to hear the other numbers. I'll give you guys the numbers in just a bit. Congrats, Vince. Let's see. Blessings. That. Surprise some people. They say one you okay, I read that earlier. I think that's about it for the comments. Well, folks, you've had it. Now they go into preparing for the March 3rd municipal elections.
right?
We were talking earlier. What I also do, we talk about national issues. The things that happen nationally also affect us here locally. And we have to remember that, right? So, Enya, this is just the beginning. I'm happy for Team Dwayne. They do the motorcade. They celebrate. Enjoy the celebration. But just know the work just to get started. Now we don't have to prepare to go into to go toe-to-toe against Mariano and his team. And then even after that, if we don't win, that's when the real work begins. Alberto,
Yeah.
we talk about the Auditor General, how she is appointed. You said that the deal for BTL is sealed.
Yeah, it's a done.
Yeah, happen. It's a done deal.
Listen to all the experts.
People, but
It is
you
done.
know, but you know what is sad about this though? You have the confidence, like many, to say it's a done deal. The party leader, opposition party leader said it's a done deal. Everybody is saying it's a done deal. But why? Why? Knowing that this deal is not a good deal for Belize. Am I right or wrong?
Right, you're right. Yeah.
Knowing it is not a good deal for Belize. Why we just lay back and make it happen?
It is not like you're right. It is not a good deal for Belize, but it is a good deal for those who have the authority to make it go through. So that is the difference.
That's like we should.
Yes, we shouldn't. But that is just the way it is. And unless we change the way how we are governed, it is going to continue like that. Unfortunately, it's sad to say it, but it is going to continue like that. The deal is bad for all of us.
Did you listen to
For
my
all of us.
interview with Eddie Webster?
I listened to part of it. Yeah, I listened to part of it.
Eddie Webster says that the system that we are governed, nothing is wrong with it.
Okay,
In his words, he don't got no kind of problem with it.
right.
But you have some you have proposal, propose some idea.
Yeah, right.
What do you have to say about that?
Okay, I could understand Mr. Webster's point of view, because when you want to change something, they're not easy work. There is not easy work. When you look at the Constitution, there are several aspects of the Constitution that needs to be changed to accommodate what we are proposing. But you will recall a few months ago, maybe in a year or two ago, when this country was seeking to put its financial house in order to accommodate international agencies, especially for the money laundering thing. And you remember all that bulk of legislation that went to the House? You remember one time they used to meet late into the night and week after week? And when they told us and when they didn't go through all the recitals because it's cumbersome. So just to address our finances to suit international agencies, we went through the exercise. Why is it that we cannot simply rectify, take the time out to rectify our constitution, to put it in line with what's supposed to be good, with what is good for this country? Why can't we do that? The government, and with all respect to the present administration, they made an attempt at it. This government made an attempt at it through what they call the People's Constitution Committee. In my view, it failed to a certain degree because of the amount of persons who were placed on it and the level of expertise, so-called level of expertise that was put into it. That they went there and they sort of gutted out the Constitution. While my understanding of the exercise was that the team was supposed to have gone out there and consulted the Belizean people and get their views as to what they want to see the Constitution look like. They did that. But when that came and the group of technical persons who sat there, man, what they did to the Constitution, I never known joke, right? And I think that the focus of that exercise should have been to consult with the people out there, specifically see how we want to improve the way how we are governed. Right? You see, the comment you received just now from the person who talked about the paying of persons to vote and that type of thing, it is going to continue now. It is going to continue because it is just natural human mindset. If you want me, look at the scenario. If you want me to go out there and mark an X for you, like for example in municipal elections, if you are running for municipal elections and you want me to write an X for you, when I write that X for you and you win on election day, that X, along with those X that those other person marked for you to win, would translate to $144,000 for you. And then you want to tell me, man, you not give me nothing for assist you in getting $144,000? That is why people ask for it. See, that is why people ask for it. So, like, for example, we are saying, man, hold on, man, hold on. What we are supposed to be looking for is servant leaders, not leaders who are deal makers. And that is what we have.
Yeah.
We need to say, listen to me, I want to serve Belize City. I want to serve Dangriga. But it's not for me. Like,
But,
for example,
you know,
in cases, you have a teaching job. That's a full-time job. And then you're going to get a next full-time job where you pay $3,000, $4,000 per month.
say I see a point, right? The more I ask questions, the more I listen to people like you. I listen to Jerry Enriquez. I listen to and I look at what is in the news, right? Follow me seriously here. We have a constitution, which we deem the highest law.
It is
Of
the
the
supreme law of the land.
It's the supreme law of the land. I shared this scenario more than once before, and I will keep sharing it because it's a very simple story. It makes sense. At least for me, I'm a simple
Okay.
man.
Right.
Jerry Enriquez, when he was starting to fight this whole redistricting thing, he wrote to the Governor General, if you press forward with this election, it's going to be an illegal election. Constitutionally, it's a violation of the Constitution to press forward with the 2025 election.
Right.
True or false?
Right.
Because the districts are malapportioned. I use the Prime Minister constituency compared with Dangriga, compared with St. Creek West, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dangriga, as you know, have about 6,000, close to 500, 6,400,
Okay.
close to 500
Mm-hmm.
voters. The Prime Minister has about 6,600.
The Prime Minister is the smallest of the 4 constituencies in Uruwei.
Okay, good.
Uruwei Central is the smallest.
Which means that Johnny Bresenio's constituency is in the same bracket as Dangriga, so to speak.
Right.
15 more or less, 15% more or less, right?
Okay.
Make sure I'm on
Yes,
track.
man. Yes, man. Got you.
Rodwell Ferguson, almost double the Prime Minister's constituency.
Right.
When Jerry requested using the Freedom of Information app and said, I would like to know, give me details about the constituency fund, how much each constituency is getting every month, and tell me what the breakdown is, how they spend the constituency fund.
Right.
This is my question to Alberto Agas when it comes to the Constitution. Violating the Constitution, the highest law of the land. If the Prime Minister have about 6,600 people in his constituency, Dangriga has almost the same when it comes to the laws of redistricting. The Prime Minister, according to them, he is getting 25,000 every month for his constituency.
Okay.
You may carry it at 30,000.
25, you said.
Which is possible, right? But on a record, they come out and say he'd get 25,000. Dangriga is getting 15,000.
Right.
And that because Orange Walk, Johnny Bresenio's
Same size, almost
same size, pretty much.
Right.
Rodwell Ferguson, we have way more than the Prime Minister.
Almost double.
Almost double.
Is getting what?
He's getting 20,000.
5 less than the Prime Minister.
5,000 less than the Prime
Right.
Minister when he have almost double the size of his constituency. The
Right.
Constitution, they violate the Constitution every day.
Right.
Why do we accept? Why is it so easy for them to violate the Constitution, and then it is difficult for us, poor people? You just break the law, one bit of the law, thief $100.
That's it for you.
That's it for you. You go to jail. But the Prime Minister and the family could thief millions or swindle, come up with ways how they could take millions of dollars for taxpayers, and they don't go to jail. Actually, they don't even go to jail. They're being applauded.
Yeah.
These ministers stealing millions of dollars. Instead of going to jail, they get the option to say, you know what, put me for leave, paid leave. Fuck,
Put them on vacation. Put them on
vacation.
And after
When you wanna break what simple law, can't go say, you know what, I don't really for deal with that yet. Just or I don't want to mix up the evidence and all of that. Just put me for vacation and pay me make a go for vacation. Pretty much that's what happened. What do we say to that? Lastly, I think this I want to listen to and I want to answer my question. You know why I talk about this? Because I listen to this brother.
If you go there, but before you go there, right? If you want, if I could probably maybe respond to that concern while it's still fresh in my mind. I hear you talk about, and it's a fact, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, right? It tells you that any other law that is in contravention of the Constitution becomes null and void to the extent of that contradiction, right? You talk about violating the Constitution. The constitution of this country tells you that when the prime minister is forming his cabinet, the cabinet must not be made of more than 66% of the elected persons in the House of Representatives. There are 26 persons in the House of Representatives. So 66% of that is 17. Right? Yet, in cabinet, there are 20 persons. So instead of the 66 that the Constitution calls for, they have almost 77%.
Why do we
Right?
accept that though, Alberto? Why
Because
we
by divine intervention, however, it has been reduced by 3. Marin, Mira.
not quite
Right?
temporarily?
It has been reduced by 3 because of the 26 persons in cabinet, there are 6 persons who are not in cabinet in that administration. We're talking about persons like Ramiro Ramirez.
You mean who didn't win?
No, they won. But because the Constitution says that only 66, while they are going to 76, 77%, because at 66, 9 persons is supposed to be out. Because only 17 is supposed to be there. Right? But prior to the departure of Marin Mira and Mai, there was 20. Right? 77, almost 77. In fact, 76.9%, almost 77%, right? Because in that period, while that was structured before all of this revolution, all this corruption became exposed, there was only 6 persons who were not in cabinet, elected persons. You're talking about from the north, Ramiro Ramirez, from the Corozal Southwest constituency. You're talking about Ramon Cervantes Jr. from the Orinjuak North constituency. You're talking about Marconi Leal Jr., who comes from the Belize Rural Central constituency. Devon Daly, that's a 3 Devon Daly who comes out of Collett. They are elected, but not in cabinet because of the constitutional restriction. Alex Balona from Otacayo Central. And then there's also Gilroy Osha from out of Belize City, Gilroy Osha from the Port Loyola constituency. But by divine intervention, it was reduced to the constitutional amount now. Now they're incomparable all this time from March of last year up until these persons asked to be relieved, then they were in violation of the Constitution.
See, but that's the thing though, Alberto. I hear all of that. What I try get down to, right, with you. What can we do? They keep the violate all the laws of the Constitution. Well, most of it. Without anybody being held account. But we just I don't get it.
That is why we are, in terms of this blatant
I don't get it. Even with
corruption.
this BTL smart acquisition,
The Constitution
know.
protects
It's
us
going-
against monopoly.
it's supposed to protect us against monopoly.
Well, we're hoping that that the people will send the message to them on beginning March 3rd of next year, so that they understand, that while you might have your way, the people will decide. And so that is all that, unfortunately, because the system is designed like that, unfortunately, that is the way we have to go. It is like, for example, one moment, let me just, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ask because we to talk about civil unrest, right? Let me play this video while they pull that up because I think this is very important. I don't know if you want just want to pull on to this right here, just to.
Okay.
I want you to hear what this brother is saying.
At some point in time, we have to ask ourselves, will we simply continue to complain, or when will we collectively decide to make that call for one, peaceful resistance by sitting in the hundreds in the offices of Social Security to disrupt services, sitting in by the thousands in the offices of BTL, and ultimately, if the policy decisions, if the Constitution does not change where accountability is concerned, then we need to call for civil unrest. That I can't put it no nicer than that, my brother. That is where I am as a citizen who has a civic responsibility and duty to the future of this country. Well, guess what? Public officers could also say the same. But if you want public officers to come out here and sacrifice 2, 3, 4, 5 days of their salaries, then the media need to say we have sacrificed for a month of revenues as well. And we don't want to hear nothing from a government who's clearly not is in the best interest of the people. We all have to sacrifice to not necessarily bring down, but to change a corrupt system and to change a government that is running a cabal privately to seize the wealth of this country and ultimately to impose a dictatorship on this country, because the signs are there, they're all there.
What's your take?
Yeah, it is like repeatedly doing the same thing and expecting different results. We are going right back to where we were 21 years ago. You remember, to change that side, Musa administration, there was major civil unrest in this country 2005, 6 and 7 until the government changed in 2008. Right? And it seems like that is the area where we will need to head again. Despite all that you see them say that they're doing, it is not trickling down to the Belizean people. They are not listening to the Belizean people. But you are going to have a recycling of that every time. That happened 21 years ago. Right? It happened over 20 years ago. And we are seeing ourselves going, the time has come. The time has come for us to make a lasting change as to how this nation is governed, because we're doing the same thing over again. And yes, we're at that point where that seems to be the way that this country has to go, because we cannot take this no more. Right? And you will see one of the easiest things for this government to do, despite the fact that they are like Dickie Bradley said, we give them what, 1.5 billion, $1.5 billion, and all they do are thief it, misuse it over and over again. The easiest thing for this government, in accordance with the way how we are governed, the easiest way for any government to raise the necessary funds that they need is by taxing the Belizean people. The government state, like I told you last time, in the presentation of the budget in February of this year, when the Prime Minister told us $1.7 billion budget, and in his speech he told us 89% of it is coming by way of taxing the people. And he said that this budget is $139 million more than last year's budget. But of that 139 million, we are going to raise 116 million by taxing the people, because it is the easiest thing for them to do in accordance with the way how we are governed. Case in point, they said, okay, we need to raise this money. We are going to cabinet Tuesday, and we are going to announce that the price of the passport is going up from 200 to 300, and they take it to the House. The same cabinet, which is the executive, take it to the legislature, where the PUP side of the legislature is the cabinet, and then the ayes have it. And then we are designed, the system is designed in such a way that when the ayes will have it in the House of Representatives, because they have the majority. So you can say what you want on the opposition side. It is going to go through. And then they tell us also, in terms of the way how we are governed, that when that gets to the Senate, the Senate cannot stop a money bill.
Yeah.
So we have it. So then now, If we were governed to the extent where you separate the legislature from the executive will make that decision in cabinet. When it comes to the House of Representatives, where the representatives of the people are, then you want to say for the first reading, hold on. You read, okay, you want to raise the passport from 200 to 300. First reading is here. Let me take that to my people. And then you go there and take it to your people. And when you come back for the second reading, you report, my people not there with that. My people not there with that. And it will not pass. It will not pass because then you are not in the executive where you make that decision in cabinet. Right. That is coming to your attention for the first time in the House of Representatives, and you take it to your people, and the people will decide if you go through, not those who represent you in the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
And that's the way we have to go. So when you seek, in fact, I'll go it to further to the extent that if you want to raise the tax on fuel, that has to go to the House of Representatives. You cannot do it willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And all of those things need to change. But for those things to change, the Constitution tells you. The Constitution is flawed in itself because the Constitution tells you that the Prime Minister will appoint the executive, which is the cabinet, from within members of the House of Representatives. So there is no separation of power.
Yeah.
None. So even that needs to change. And you are telling me that's why I'm saying, in terms of the exercise undertaken by the People's Constitution Commission, man, that should have been a hallmark of it.
Where I noticed there's a science to everything, right? There's also a science to politics. If we define science in its exact definition, something that has been observed, something that has been tried, tested over and over again, and then you get the same results.
Right.
That is science.
Right.
For example, yoga. Yoga is a science. We learn in yoga how to breathe.
Right.
How to
Meditation.
regulate meditation, how to affect the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. These are science. It works because you monitor it, you observe it, you put it to the test, and then you get the same result over and over again.
Right.
There is a science when it comes to politics.
Right? That's why some of us study political science.
Yes.
Right. It is taught in schools.
They have mastered. There's a corrupt way, there's a good way. Just like search engine optimization. To optimize our website so that it appears in the top 10 of Google, Yahoo, MSN, Bing. That's my professional discipline.
Right.
There's a science to things. Now, the reason why I talk about the science of how things are and how things work, these people have mastered the science of manipulating, duping people, taking advantage of the system, send their own people to law school to get to become lawyers, and take advantage of the people in the end. So these things happen every year, every 5 year, every 3 year, and they are skilled at it. So I ask you, Mr. Alberto Argas, step back from all the knowledge that you have. Well, you cannot do that, but all the proper diplomatic, political BS will happen every day. And I want to talk one-on-one, heart to heart. The people where they really feel the pinch because of all these people who have mastered the science of politics. When we get to the point in time when grassroots people, when we really get real change, because this year with Dean Flowers they talk about, that's exactly what we need to do. Civil unrest.
We have done it before.
I think we not got. Give me a solution better than civil unrest.
We have done that before. I was in the middle of that. And I suffered the consequences of that situation. But how do you address this situation? We need to begin to look for true leaders. What we have right now are deal makers masquerading as leaders. What we have right now are leaders without morality who are ripping off this nation like you'd never. Let me give you an example. There were some unscrupulous business people from Wall Street who loaned this country billions of dollars, knowing fully well that this nation lacked the capacity to repay it. But despite the fact, they proceeded with it. At the end of the day, in terms of repayment for these people, they took possession into perpetuity of all of our maritime space. And then you know what happened? We are still right back to where we were before we gave them access into perpetuity of our maritime space. Business people, some people without morality. Let me give you an example. You loan a person $40 million because that person was friendly to the government at the day of the day. You loan that person $40 million to develop the Belize port, knowing full well that that individual could not pay you back. And then you turn around and you took possession of the port and you run it for 20.
Are we talking about the port in Belize today?
Yes, yes. We're not calling no name. Can't be people not fool, right? You took that port.
For people who don't know where I have a call some here.
You took that port. You loan, like I said, you loan the well-connected PUP 40 million, knowing that he could not pay you back. And then when he defaulted, you put the port was put into receivership under your control, and you
at this Ashraf,
and you milk the port. And you milk the port for 26 years or for 23 years, sorry. You milk the port for 23 years. And after you don't milk the port, you sell it back to us for $200 million.
But give me details,
right?
Alberto.
The people are not fools.
They're not no men, but that
the Belizean people are no fools.
Right? Here people
and then
Alberto, you come on this show and you give some very great information. But you have to understand also a lot of people who come on this show who are viewers, that people will just kind of catch up and get into it. Yeah, we have a demographic of people, but we also have some people who don't understand the background of things that we talk about. That's the reason why I press people like you. What exactly are you talking about? I know what you talk about.
Okay.
But they have to feed people with right information.
Right. So they want to know the who? You trust me.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure
they will find out the who. So when you allow that to happen, and to a certain extent, you cannot blame the unscrupulous businessman, you know, because he encountered a group of fools who, like I say, are post politicians posing as leaders, but they're actually deal makers. And unless we move away from that and begin to look towards true leaders of this country, when I say true leaders, I mean, and you can identify them. When the person comes to you like a leader and is showing you, making promises to you, you know what they say about promises,
of course,
right? And then the difference is that when you see an individual come to you and posing a purpose to you, then you know where to go. And that is where we are today. They come up and then tell you all kinds of the same things over and over again. Listen to me. The current prime minister told this nation when he was campaigning in 2017, 18, 19, he told this nation, he said, one of the things that I'm going to do when I am elected to office, promises again, no purpose, promise. I am going to curtail the powers of ministers. Man, look at where we're heading right now. Look at where we are. But that led us. You know, I read one legislation. You know, they can smiley paper. It was so high. 4 pages in terms of amendment to the Sugar Industry Act. 4 pages. In those 4 pages, it mentioned the power of the minister 41 times.
Wow.
41 times, 10 times per every page.
You see,
And then that is what they come. Now you want the person who comes to you with a purpose. Not a promise, or a purpose. We know and you see it whereby everything that the politician does is in preparation for the next election. I wouldn't think about that will win the next election. They want to give you this, they want to give it. They don't worry about the one they don't win that. They don't win that. But no, they're posing themselves. No, everything that they do
you
is
see,
to win the next election.
right.
Instead,
I'll take a look at the comments in just a bit. But my brother, I come on this thing weekly, and it bothers me. I was out there today covering the convention,
okay,
and I had to chop it up with some of my very own grassroots people.
right.
And I get into discussion with these individuals, and they're telling me point blank, they say, look, man, the whole system rigged. The one thing when most of these people hear is for the grassroots. Might as well I just take the money and make them vote because I voted in the last time or the last past 2 times I go vote for it. I don't know they make big money, and then they need do what they tell me or do what they promise. So best thing, this is the time for me I make mine.
Yes.
This
yes,
is what
yes,
people say.
Yeah.
And we know exactly what to do to avoid that type of thing as leaders. We know what to do, but we don't do it. We enjoy it. Some people, for example, and that's the reason why some people are said, now, I vibe with you. I am fond of the type of person that you are because you speak truth. What other qualms or anything people might have with you because of UDP and back then, that. But I deal with you at the level how we deal.
Right.
You have never deceived me. You have never really tried manipulated me. My point is this. But when they say Alberto Agas in a power, when the UDP in a power, and Alberto Agas live probably good or better than most. People get upset when they see you to come for the show and they say, oh, but he makes good when UDP me in a power. What do we say to these people now, today? You might have a point,
Right.
but what do we say to them now to regain their trust?
Right. You see, it depends on how you structure your life. I might have been living good under the UDP government. I am still living good under this PUP government. Nothing has changed. It's just that I don't have the responsibilities now. I'm living much easier now, right? Because I was just reflecting, I was saying a few days ago, man, I think that if maybe probably the change of government was a blessing in disguise for me. Because I used to live on the road. And I thought that there was one point I was saying, if I continue like this, I am going to die on the road. And then, boom, the relief came in 2020 and I eased off. But I'm still living the same lifestyle.
Right.
So for me, it depends on how you structure. PUP come, UDP come. Is why some people are saying, "Oh, you look like you're no longer there with the UDP," because I have reached a level where I don't need politics.
So, brethren, I was out there today. I saw how they received you. I saw for the highest. Why, Alberto, the boat will come and tell you the boat, and they're happy for you. They say you come back home.
Yeah,
You come
I've
back
not
home.
gone anyway, but it is because people appreciate. right? People appreciate. I worked for almost 13 years as a leader, as a served as the chairman of the United Democratic Party. Did not collect a cent for it.
You never collected a cent?
The position does not pay. It is a position of service. That is why some people say, if you go for election, we'll vote you out.
So
Then
what
vote me out.
position you had when you made get paid in?
When I served as the chairman of BWS.
Okay.
Right? That was the only chairman of BWS. That was the only position.
Election and boundaries.
Well, when I was there, I left the chairmanship of elections and boundaries to go serve as the chairman of the UDP. We don't pay nothing, and then afterwards, I was appointed as the chairman of BWS.
But you don't get a stipend for election and boundaries?
Yes, but I left that. I left
you
that.
give that up for being
Yes,
chairman.
and
Why?
I was the chairman because I wanted to go and serve my party.
Just because I want to serve?
I asked the prime minister, and then he was like, "Are you sure, Alberto?" I said, "Yes, sir. Please get somebody else to serve as the chairman. I'm going to leave because I want to vie for the chairmanship of the UDP. No pay nothing."
But why though? You got to have another reason.
Because you wanted to be of service to your party. No pay. In fact, the constitution.
In the heart of your career.
I will show you. The constitution of the UDP states that the chairmanship, none of their three top positions are paid. In the constitution of the party should not be.
So John not a period now.
No. The only person who is paid in the UDP is the Secretary General and the staff of the Secretariat. Party leader, first, second deputy, third deputy, and party leader, first deputy, second deputy, chairman, and the vice chairman. No pay. None. That's why I am saying. And then after a while, you get tired of it.
Yeah.
So I told the prime minister that I was leaving that too.
So what about how does it work, the constituency fund that you guys get that? I'm sure Tracy is getting a constituency fund.
But that is a government situation. There's two functions.
Lima Chan is getting constituency
but
fund.
that's a government function, right? There's two forms. There is the political aspect, which is the party, and the party's business. That was what I was in charge of. And then there's the government business, which the prime minister is in charge of. No community vote, no come from the party to the secretary. The kind of political function. That, like, for example, right now, you will see how Mira, Marin, and Matt are the party function. They should not be operating government vehicles to do the political work.
Are you still? Problem I have, Alberto.
You say it so then.
The People's Campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back.
I don't like
the fire. He's a good leader.
Prime Minister, and it was announced that the Prime Minister would press the pass button on the acquisition. He may happy. I don't tell the truth, you never happy too? Tell the truth, man, you never happy too? The pass, that PUP at its best. Listen, I don't like to know. When the Prime Minister, when it was announced that the Prime Minister press the pass button on the acquisition, me may happy. I don't tell the truth, you never happy too? Tell the truth, man, you never happy too? The pass, that PUP at its best. When it happened before, Me don't know whether that are PUP, the PAS, the PUP at its best. Because what the PAS allows us to do now is to make sure that there is real, genuine consultation with the people of Belize on this issue. So that the technical people from BTL can go all across this country, go to the schools, go to UB, go to the community centers all across the country and talk to the people in our cordial way, in our honest way, in our open way, in our friendly way, and take their time doing it with no gun and nobody head.
But was there such consultation? If it happened, it surely escaped the attention or notice of our newsroom, and we don't see it on Digi's Facebook page. All the consultation meetings they posted were with high-level parties, and all of them before Hyde's mid-February speech.
And if after a couple months of consultation, the people not there with it, then BTL will have to take a chill pill, you know. They will have to take a chill pill. They will have to shelf it. Because ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. It's not Mr. Lizarraga. It's not the board of BTL. It's the people of Belize.
In the end, though, that populist spin didn't count for much. That chill pill lasted for about 6 months. 5 days ago, on July 31st, Chairman Mark Lizarraga told the NTUCB in a letter, quote, Belize Telemedia Limited confirms that stakeholder consultations were undertaken in relation to the proposed transaction. He adds, quote, responsibility for this matter now rests with the Public Utilities Commission. Accordingly, BTL will continue to respect and participate in the applicable regulatory process and will abide by any determinations made by the PUC. But 4 days later, Lizarraga's board took a vote on the acquisition without any PUC approval, and they voted 8-2 in favor. A press release announcing the long-delayed vote makes scarce mention of the PUC and any regulatory constraints. It simply says that the only thing pending now is, quote, the satisfactory completion of...
One, two. All right, folks, the audio will not be as crisp as earlier. Have to improvise. Minor technical difficulty. You know, I hear some lead background wave noise, but that's okay. You still should be able to see us clearly, hear us clearly. We made it deep into a conversation.
We've been tired. They've been working it all day.
All day. I've been out there covering the convention, and you know, power gone dead. But we're good. We're good right now.
Yeah.
So for a while, the audio will sound like this until I finish charge up everything. But Alberto, continue. You were saying, I hope you don't lose your train of thought.
I was saying, yeah, in terms of remuneration, no, the position of chairman of the party does not pay. There are some people who are saying, yeah, but tell me where party were prior to 2008. You know, some things no deserve explanation. You know, because there are people who will criticize your journey because they don't understand your final destination. True, right? So, but just a little word on that. When you are a human being and you remain stagnant in where you are, then it's better for you to die. You must always seek to develop yourself.
Of course,
Personal development. So if you want to see me, if you want to see me where I was in 2020, that are your business. But we're supposed to educate ourselves and develop ourselves. You started by asking me how come I got so influential in the UDP, like you start today. Everybody come. I just made a brief stint at the convention in San Ignacio last Sunday. I just go vote now. I don't try to interfere in the process.
Right.
I just go and I vote and sit in a car. People rush you and because you asked me the question, how come I got so recognized at the party? You know, remain stagnant. You know, when I first joined the UDP way back with Dr. Manuel Esquivel, I was nobody. Could you hang on there? And over time you learn
So
with people who you associate with. Because like for example, it is said, right? When you hang around with fools, if you hang around with 5 fools, you're going to be the sixth one. But if you hang around with 5 persons who are progressive, you can be the seventh, the sixth one. You progress. So you have to choose your path. Like I say, you can criticize me simply because while you might be criticizing my journey, just simply means that you don't understand what path I'm going. Let me tell you, and what is killing this nation? What is killing this? And there are people out there who want to be true servant leaders, you know. There are people because of them they have come from why? If you can only, if you have a group that can only change this thing to where you get people who are big business people, you know, you get people who want to serve and not serve in a cabinet and handle the money and just serve the people. Man, I got giant politics like that.
Make I ask you a question. I spoke with Philip Willoughby. I had different individuals I talked to from the PUP camp, UDP camp, people. Um, I used to communicate with Shine. I actually had a meeting with Shine in when was it? A couple of months ago. And I promised Shine I will write about that meeting that I had with him. Okay. I have nothing against Shine whatsoever. But I know you and Shine have had a reasonably decent relationship.
Shine. Chairman and chairman again. That's a transition. So as far Shine was the leader of the United Democratic Party, and as such, I respected him as the leader of the United Democratic Party until he lost his seat. That was when I explained to him that your tenure is limited to the next convention. Sir, I'm going to stay with you until when you hand over this party to the next level. Sir, because you cannot continue constitutionally to be the leader of the party. And he understood that. So people, why are you hanging? Senior people in the party, why are you the opposition? I am not opposing Shine, but I am staying to the principles and ideals of the party's constitution.
You think Shine have a comeback?
Why there's so much things happening right now. I'm quite frankly, I don't like to see I haven't spoken with him in quite a while, but I don't like to see the trend that he's taken. I haven't spoken to him with him about that situation recently.
It's counterproductive, don't you think?
I will have to get an understanding as to what his objective is. But frankly, I won't tell you. In terms of Dean Barrow, Dean Barrow is a leader, right? Because why do I say thing out of yourself? And I will tell you, Dean Barrow gave me that opportunity to make something out of myself. And that is the ultimate test of what a leader is. Look by the next generation, because if Dean Barrow, and in terms of the people who are saying this, in terms, if there was not a Dean Barrow right there, I would have been right there, but the person wanted me to be there.
All right, good. So, but are the focus on, not that I want to focus much on Shine, I just want to understand something. I want to get hold of what the agenda could possibly be, or what the reason or purpose could possibly be. Because the man even they call out the own part.
Yeah, which is what I don't support. But
The man they call out the own part, they call out the brother, they call out Tracy. I am willing to have this conversation with the man. I am not putting a damn yeah, I just want to understand what he's up to. And if what he's up to makes sense, then I want to put it by the table and put it in front of the people and say, you know what? Hey, Shine have something good here.
and the best person
Let's
can
take
answer
a
that
look at it.
question is him.
It's him,
Yeah, don't expect it.
right? So I would have really look. I want to know what happened. Is it just being vindictive? Is
That's
it
a question
being
for him to answer.
right?
Yeah. Try calling him and then see.
Is it that he has intention to run again and other people entertain this idea? Is it that he's trying to be attractive to the PUP? Is it that he's in bed with the PUP? A lot of speculation.
Right.
To me, I am a very simple person. Right now, we have Johnny Briseño, where they do a lot of madness, craziness, where they believe that people are happy with. And then we have Tracy Tiga Panton, in my opinion, with what they have, she's working. Those are the two options we have.
Yeah.
So if we're not a rally behind Tracy, knowing that that Janet Briseño is just failing us, why we were throw darts at Tracy? Who will they lift up?
Right.
What's your take on that?
Okay. In accordance with the way how the political system runs in this country, it requires finances because of how the process is designed, because of how the process has deteriorated to the point to which it has deteriorated to. And a key aspect in all of this is campaign financing. We always hear the discussion. Belize need to enact campaign financing laws. And there is discussion about the enactment of campaign financing legislation in this country. There is the aspect, the discussion about taxes being used to give politicians to campaign. We have heard about the banning of foreign political assistance or funds. When you hear that thing about government providing campaign financing for politicians, it is already happening. It is already happening because by whatever name you want to call it, that community development vote, that campaign financing. Community development vote. That fund is not used to fix a street.
Wait, you mean the constituency fund?
Constituency, whatever they call it. That money is not used. And when we talk about campaign don't mean on the day when it can election.
So make
right?
we
Campaign for the
understand.
politician is a continuous process.
I need to understand this though, and so the people of Dangriga can also understand. So Louis Zabani is getting $15,000 every month,
Okay.
according to them.
Right.
According to the report. When Jerry Enriquez asked for the report and said how much each district, each constituency is getting, and how are they spending the money that they get every month. They never show how they spend it. But so Louis Zabani, they get 15,000 every month. So you are telling me that that money that Louis Zabani is getting is not going toward what Dangriga needs?
That money is not being used to clear up the streets in Dangriga, to put the street side,
to fix street, to fix. Yeah, go ahead, Alberto. Yeah. So continue, because this is important.
Like I told you, the name, what is there? The name Shakespeare said.
We talk about the constituency fund. So Louis Abane gets 15,000 every month.
Right.
What I'm asking you, is it indeed a constituency fund where it goes to the people of Dangriga? You're still telling me that what they call the constituency fund is used for election financing or campaign. I'm sorry, campaign financing.
Like I mentioned to you, the politician is in continuous campaign mode. And they will tell you, when you go to the campaign, you can't go to the party. Right? So, this money, none of them can tell you that they abuse this money for fix a school, fix a street, clean up campaign. No. That money that, like, for example, I heard somebody saying, I don't know, but somebody said the other day, right on your show, somebody said that the job of the area representative is to assist the constituents. So that's why area representative must be ministers. You know what they call assisting their constituents? The hands out that they give them.
Yeah.
Right? That is not assisting your constituent.
Right.
When they come here to we, because I get 20,000. So what happen? When I divide it by the amount I get $50 each, that is a handout that you're giving. You're not assisting your people.
That is true.
Right? So that perpetual, and then they're happy with it because they get it. Right? So the government taxpayers are giving them money to be in continuous campaign mode. It does not go to the community. So then therefore, when you continue to have that process, all that you are doing is converting your people into beggars. They come to your office, and then you see that as helping the people. Oh, I was no man. When we talk about assisting the people, and in terms of a revised system, when you talk about assisting the people, it is like, for example, you are an area representative and you go to the House of Representatives because this system is going to remove the party political aspect of it. And you inform the House. Listen to me. A vast majority of people are going to my office or to my house every day. They ask for medical assistance. We need to make medical assistance available for the people. When that is done, it is not of the win.
Yeah.
And that is wrong.
You see, this is important.
Anything that you lobby for, and you make your representation heard. That is why they broadcast the sitting of the National of the House of Representatives. That's why they broadcast it. So you can advise the people, tune in, listen. But when you listen to the House of Representatives, there's nothing spoken about making life better for the Belizean people. Nothing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Nothing. When you see them get there and you see them reading, Mr. Speaker, please ask your permission, your indulgence to refer to my notes. And then you see them reading off of a paper. It is a paper that the chief executive officer prepared for them to present. Sometimes some of them offer the 1 minute.
We're good.
When you see them, they get up. Mr. Speaker, I would seek your indulgence to refer to my notes. And then you see them reading off of a paper. That paper they're reading off is a paper prepared by the technical people in the ministry. sometimes you see some of them reading it, and they themselves do not even understand what they're reading.
Yeah.
So I am saying, in terms of man, bring the technical people from the out of the cabinet for them to come and explain their paper or their project to the Belizean people. To do that, there has to be certain changes to the constitution of this country.
Yeah.
There has to be, and you
You
can
know-
and you can remove all of that requirement. Like for example, I am saying, man, why this big pay for these people? When time you get there, all you seek to get there are two things: the big pay, the perks, of course, and then afterwards they to get corrupt in the activity. Man, look at the situation, man. They're telling you that from the time this one here entered from 2000, they were at 2021, the corruption started in the ministry. My friend, you came there running.
That is true.
Huh?
That is true.
But unless you change that, to have dishonesty, there are two basic elements for dishonesty to be propagated or for dishonesty to occur. Two basic elements. One is there has to be the desire for it. If you don't want something, Papa, you don't take it. And two is that you have to get the opportunity to get it. If I want this laptop and you got your door lock, it's going to be difficult for me to get it. But if I want the laptop and you got it on the side, give me the opportunity. So for you to stem dishonesty, then one of those elements have to be removed.
Yeah.
It is difficult to remove the desire. It is difficult to remove an individual's desire for something, and especially for financial reward. So what do you have to do? Remove the financial reward from the equation and give them the opportunity to take what is left there.
Yeah.
What is left there will be a pittance. You're going to collect $1,000 to attend a house meeting. Then what? The ones who may want to get rich will walk past it. The servant people will come and take it up and say, okay, make us serve the people.
My concern,
And that's
Alberto.
all that we're asking.
Yeah, you're putting it in very simple ways. Very, very simple. And it is simple. It's supposed to be simple. I started off by explaining this whole situation where Jerry go through where he asked for information. The laws, there are provisions for us to request information under the Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah.
The government of Belize, by law, supposed to give us that type of information. Up to this day, the government cannot give us how they are spending their constituency fund. They can't. Jerry asked for it. Instead, I tell Jerry, this is what Johnny Briseño is getting, and this is how Johnny Briseño spends this $25,000 every month. They just say, yeah, 25,000. He get that. Louis Abani get 15,000.
I think they are required to bring
Rodwell
I think they're required to bring in some receipts. I think they might be required to bring in some receipts.
But they don't want to. So that like the law tell them only supposed to give the public what they want when it comes to accountability. But they turn their back and say, whatever.
It is like, for example, and I go back to the audit department. It is like, for example, that is the expending of monies from the Consolidated Revenue Fund. That is a matter that needs to be checked. The people are calling for it. You don't have to wait. In fact, the Prime Minister, I said recently, the Prime Minister realized that he heard when he informed this nation that he instructed the Financial Secretary to instruct the Auditor General to go and do the audit at BDF. The Prime Minister has no role constitutionally, although like I explained to you, at the end of the day, it falls into his purview. But when you want to tell me that amidst all of this, the audit department, prior to going into the Ministry of Defense, the audit department was investigating 4H. Now, what you hear anything about 4H? They were auditing 4H. Huh?
For what?
I don't know. Then you ask yourself, we are asking right now, and right, Mr. Member of the House, and this one is for you. Sir, we know that you collect $13,000 every month. And you say your report on that matter is that you use it to provide food pantry for certain people in your continuous campaign. Sir, we know that you give the shopkeeper the full $13,000 per month. And we know that after you deposit it into the shopkeeper's account, sir, you go there and get $11,700 back in cash, and the storekeeper remains with $1,300. We know that. Sir, we'll ask you, and you reported that you're providing pantry for the people. Sir, we're asking you, please provide the pantry for the people, sir, because what you're doing is dishonest.
That is dishonest.
Don't
That is
matter a
dishonest.
while, sir, before it is
dishonest.
exposed. But you see, when the audit goes there and the audit check, the man get 13,000, see they put in the shopkeeper's thing, and you assume that that is translated into pantry for the people, and that is a lie.
Yeah.
And we know it is
that's-
happening.
I don't want to go for attack mode, Alberto.
I know they attack nobody, you know.
No, I know.
All I'm just saying.
I'm saying this.
In terms of protecting the people's revenue, sir, all I am advising, just do the correct thing. And when you do the correct thing, sir, my advising you now will translate into benefit for those people in the constituency who need the little food bag.
I'm not saying this concerning you. I'm saying this for myself. When I come on here, it might sound as if though I'm attacking individuals, but it's far from that. All I want is that in this very simple, I like simplicity. Not confuse me. You give away a set of rules. We abide by those rules. You need to abide by those rules too. We, the people, abide by the rules. But when it comes to you, and you meet with a liar, so where the inner your way, forget what you want. You bring a battery attorney for just tweak that up for you in a way, make you get way.
Yes, man.
You know, that wrong, that's not my problem. They understand the system and then they use it for many years, many decades to keep poor people down and they just enrich themselves and their family. We don't want to forget the people. So many comments. Alberto, man, it's been a long day.
Yes.
It's been a long day. The convention, UDP convention was today. Team Dwayne won by landslide. Crystalline, she did her best. All of Dwayne's team members won. They won handsomely, if I may put it that way. I'm going to put it on the screen again for those of you who might have missed it. So Dwayne got 687. Jessica Fajardo, 408. Bees Alburn, 561. Dayton, 625. Marsha Mejia, 588. Balal, 466. Jamal Suaso, 617. Vida, 582. This is a blowout.
Yeah, that's
This is a blowout. So this is the new slate moving into the municipal election for March 3rd, 2027. Alberto, we are come to a close right now. This was a mixture of a lot of things. This was a mixture of the corruption what happened. This is a mixture of the UDP convention. I received word when it comes to Mayor Rigo in Corozal. It says
Rigo the win, man.
Rigo been leading, confirmed in most boxes. Councillors seem to be splitting for the
Wow.
PUP convention is in Corozal.
Okay.
Let me move this thing off the screen, off my face. It says here, Rigo coming in at 59%. Man, I really hope Rigo win. I will close it off by playing this video once more from Rigo. And Alberto, I will give you a chance to just address our audience one last time before you close up. So make we listen to Rigo. Alberto will close off, and then we are sign off for tonight.
You know, as a three-term mayor, and a mayor that has done a lot of work together with his council, you know, I do believe that our party needs to look at these assessments very closely, properly, before making these type of decisions. No, I'm not asking for any special treatment, you know. If we need to face a convention, then so be it, we will. But I can reassure you, our community is in full support of Team Rigo. They are aware of all the issues we have seen over the past weeks. You know, there have been attacks. They have tried to sabotage my council. You know, certain projects that we had on the pipeline, projects that we are collaborating with central government. These projects suddenly paused. They slowed down. You know, and we were asking, why is it that all of a sudden we have certain important projects that will positively affect our residents of Corozal have suddenly paused, and we haven't heard anything about them. But we try to keep a positive mind. You know, we are here to work with our people. We have a partnership with our people, and we will continue to move forward. You know, as a three-term mayor, and a mayor that has done a lot of work together with his council, you know.
That's Mayor Rigo. Mayor Rigo.
Okay. I was concerned about Corozal because if Corozal would have gone the other way, it simply means that that municipality would have suffered, would have been neglected for the next seven months, because then Rigo would not be obliged to do anything.
Yeah.
His name will not be on the ballot. So it's good that they went this way. The only situation in terms of this is that the outcome and a Rigo Veos victory, and the higher the percentage, the more the negative effects on the current standard bearer for the constituency, Elvia Vega, because they enjoy the same voters. It's like, for example, except for the Altamira area there in northern Corozal, but the Corozal Bay constituency is Corozal Town, almost like Belmopan. Belmopan to the council and Belmopan constituency are the same voters.
Okay.
It's almost same like Corozal. Like I saw Altamira can leave few hundred voters up there in the northern part of the constituency. So one Rigoveo's victory is a political blow to Elvia Vega. Thea Ramirez, sorry. Elvia the one in the last.
Yeah.
Thea. That is Nara Garcia's daughter, right? And that one blew to her. So, like I said, the bigger the percentage, the bigger the blow for her. And it makes you always wonder. They enjoy the same constituents. Why is it? And I know that it's not only Corozal, but why is it that there's always this conflict between the mayor and the standard bearer for the constituency?
Because they want control, Alberto. It's simple.
Right? And it's all right. It boils down to control, and the bottom line continues to be because of the financial implications involved. And there has to be a time, if we want to see meaning development for this country, there has to be a time where you will have to remove the object that creates this want for it. And the object right now, like I'm saying, is the financial aspect of it, and that is what creates the corruption.
Yeah.
And that is what creates life harder from us, to the extent where, like I am saying, the easiest way for a government to find the funds that is needed to finance this lavish lifestyle. Look at what happened in the BDF, for example. You brag that you double the amount of the budget for the BDF in terms of food. And when you find out it was not going there, so they get the same amount, but there was a dishonest politician, one deal maker, because all they do run around and make deals for say who could buy stuff from sell for the BDF. So all one group of deal leaders, deal makers acting as leaders. All that have to change. Unless that change, no care what we say, no care what we say, this thing will continue. Bottom line, it will continue. It has to be. I am looking for the political leader who will say, man, you know what? Let us do it, man. Because all you need to do is to run two teams, one leader and a deputy leader countrywide. And any person who believes that they can lead this country can offer themselves for the position, because you don't need nobody behind you.
Yeah.
You can become the prime minister of this country on your own merits. And then we go from there. Basic things. It needs, and I thought that was what the PCC would have come up with in terms of the way how we are governed. Unfortunately, it might not have gone that way, or the reading of it maybe might be too much also. Might be too much also for those people who are entrenched in it to want to let it go. You really have to come with a group of persons and group of people who have the best interests of the
It's
country.
difficult now, the way how the type of control we give them, the control they have with the laws, the control they have when it comes to finances. It's very difficult. The best way it work is with an educated nation, and that's why I do what I do. The more we educate our people, the better it is.
Yeah, we just need a political leader who will come forward and say, you know what? Me and me could try this thing. Let's try this thing. And you remove yourself. If you were in there because you were collecting in terms of saying that's $3,000 a month, in terms of this is the $4,000 a month, and then you remove yourself and say, you know what? Let this be a service oriented organization. I am telling you, all of those big propaganda and all of those lot of people who want to vie for the position will fall off on the wayside. And only the cream of your country will emerge.
The one who mean good.
Will mean good for the country, and the one who will get there and will say, sir, with all due respect, sir, that tax, that village tax will not pass in the village. So if you may think about use that to raise a part of the 106, sir, it will not go. So scrap that.
Yeah.
You have to look about it, like I was telling you last time, when the prime minister will look at this nation and tell this nation that the government wage bill is bloated because of ministerial employment of people in the public service. Employment of people in the public service should be a technical and professional manner by the people in charge of the public service ministry.
Yeah.
Not anybody. And that is what we need to go that. And then when you go that route, there is a possibility that you can shrink the budget, get effective value for money out of the budget, lower budget, effective value for the money, less taxes on the Belizean people, and then you can best spread the benefit for every person. No matter you want to classify service, like I told you before, serving the people by giving them a $50 now and again. You want service all of the people when you can get in there, and despite the fact who the leader of your country is and say, listen to me, sir, listen to me, sir. Sir, we cannot continue that high price of fuel. I looked this morning, $14.65 for a gallon of gas.
That is steep.
Crippling
That is
this
really
country.
steep. It is.
So
It-
you
it
have to
has
get a
gotten
group
really
of leaders.
higher.
You have to get a group of leaders because the success of the leader of the country at that time who is elected countrywide does not depend on you, and your success does not depend on that person. So you can tell that person what is good for your people
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
explain, sir, listen to me. This have to stop. Right? How we and pay almost $15 a gallon of gas. But you have to do it because you have to find that money to give them every month in the name of community development when most of them take it on for themselves.
Man, that is crazy. Friends, family, this is Dangriga Unmuted. I'm yours truly, Cyril Uruwei. Join me tonight, Alberto Agas. My brother, thank you for always agreeing to pull through and help us to understand some of these complicated matters. I don't know everything, so I try bring people with qualified minds, people who've been in the belly of the beast, so to speak, who understand how a government works. I know I will have you on again in the upcoming months, leading up to municipal elections, and even after. I hope that on find this evening interesting. I hope that on find it informative. I will continue to do my part, and friends, family, Dangriga especially, wherever you are. But me, I have a talk for Dangriga. Today was a demonstration of our democracy. Today, those of you who went out to vote, you have shown Dangriga what it is that you want in terms of your UDP slate. I want to say congratulations again to Team Dewey and Sampson, to all the individuals who put their names on the ballot. All of you, Crystalline, I salute you. You fat, Dwayne, Jessica, Alburn, Marshall, Balal, Jamal Sawazo, Shush, Chavez, Stitch, Kiana, Larry, FX Marine. If I miss any of your names, it is not intentional. I salute each and every one of you. It takes guts to put on a name for the ballot, knowing that they have some mischievous people out there who might want to attack on us. Once again, friends and family, this has been Dangriga Unmuted, where we unmute the truth and we demand change. Wednesday again. Wednesday, I'm bringing something new to you. Stay connected with love, with blessings, with maximum respect. You never say, Abba Isiene, Alberto Agas, enough blessings.
Rigo one in Corozal also confirmed.
Rigo one in Corozal, confirmed reports. Congratulations, Mayor Rigo. I really don't like what Thea and her group may do with you. So, congrats. We will continue to unmute. Thanks again for tuning in.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. We could give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire. Fire. Son of soil from Dangriga. Fire. Ready to fight for his people. We want this change. We need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP.
And I like to know when the Prime Minister, when it was announced that the Prime Minister press the pause button on the acquisition, me happy. I want to tell the truth, you never happy too? Tell the truth, man, you never happy too? The pause, that PUP at its best. When it happened before, me don't know where that. That are not PUP. The pause, the PUP at its best. Because what the pause allows us to do now is to make sure